Most people want to do a lot of things, sell different products, sell different services to different customers and different industries. And I see no way how that is possible. There is no way you can get to dominate the market. And I think the problem with people is you all want fast results. And that makes you think you can go through different routes, do a lot of things, and get to your destination as soon as possible. But I can tell you for a fact that going through this method will take you through the longest path before you could actually get down to your destination. It's impossible, highly impossible to dominate a market when you do it this way. You could just come to think of it. Let's say, for example, Nike, where they started producing, they produced boots, shirts, pants, whatever product you might think of. And then they entered into the market and started pitching to every single person they meet without thinking about their ends goal. They couldn't have reached the highest position they are now if they didn't start with one single product and one single market. But you want to do everything. You want to sell to every single person in the market. You want to sell to every single person in the industry. I could remember when I started my social media marketing agency, I tried reaching out to every single person in the market. It didn't matter the niche, it didn't matter the market. All I wanted was to get results. All I wanted was to deliver my service without realizing that every single market has its own problem. I never thought about that. I believed, yeah, I have the solution. Then I should look for the target audience who have that problem. But the mistake I did was not to look at the exact market that needed my service. I reached out to makeup artists, real estate agencies, and lots more. But at the end of the day, I couldn't deliver a single result. And even when I started my business coaching as well, I tried talking to real estate agents, makeup artists in the same page, in the same content. And the problem will continue to persist because since I'm unable to speak to one single target audience, one single avatar, one single persona, the message in the market gets diluted because it becomes very, very difficult for that ideal audience to understand whatever it is you're talking about. If you can't speak to an ideal audience about the problem him or her is facing, then it becomes very, very difficult to attract them in the first place. And if you are unable to attract in the first place, you can't get to convert. The main goal of building authority in a niche is to dominate the market. And to dominate the market, you need people to know you for one exact problem and one exact solution. Keep it simple. Remember when I said I started the social media marketing agency? I tried reaching out to makeup artists, real estate agents. But you know what? It's highly impossible for me to send the same messages to different markets. Now, when you're trying to reach out to different markets, trying to sell different services, you need different messaging because these target audiences are quite different. They don't have the same problem and you can't deliver the same solution. So it becomes very, very difficult. It took a lot of time. I had to iterate and iterate, send different messages. Think about, okay, what do I send to real estate agents? Yes, this person is having a different problem. How do I solve it? A makeup artist is having a different problem. How do I solve it? If I had focused on one, then it becomes very, very easy for me to deliver the same solution to just one single market. That takes less time, less effort, and maximum results. So if you want to build authority in your niche, authority in your industry, you want to dominate the market, then you need to focus on one single problem and one single solution. Say, for example, the problem we're trying to solve right now is acquisition problem. And we do that by building a predictable acquisition system for businesses. That's a single problem with a single solution. But to dominate the market, I had to go deeper to understand who exactly can I work with? Who exactly can I implement my strategies on? And I thought of that to be makeup artist. I had to do my research and understand who can I work with to get the maximum results in the best time possible. Because when you want to dominate the market as well, you need to think of the way to do it fast as possible. Now, I've gotten about 9,800 followers on TikTok. That didn't happen out of nowhere. It happened as a result of dominating the market. They see me as the best and reliable makeup business coach they could follow. They believe in anything I say in the market. And that's because I identified the market who is in need of my solution. I identified the problem and the solution to it. Now I create content talking about that exact problem while delivering the solution. So you want to start thin, and then expand. You don't do it the other way around. Allow people know you in one industry for one particular problem and solution. Then you expand your reach. Say, for example, I started working with makeup artists. At the end of the day, I could expand into working with other businesses. All I want to do right now is to get results. When I get results, I make use of that as a social proof to show people that I've been able to do this with this particular industry and I've gotten results. Now I can implement the same strategy for your business. When you do this, it becomes very, very easy for people to trust you. And when you focus on one market, you dominate easily. So the easy way to go around this is to identify the service or problem you can solve and then choose the market who has the highest need for your solution. It's as simple as that. You try to make it difficult by wanting to sell in every single market, wanting to sell to every customer, and that isn't the way to dominate the market. If you want to go as fast as lightning, then you need to pick a single problem you can solve to the market with the highest need. If you found this valuable, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you on the next one.